Hello and welcome back to Tyranny and Stories channel, where today I want to share with you an app that I use for writing that is probably one of my current favorites. I've been using it for probably about 3 years now, and it's helped me a lot with writing my books and being able to write on the go and all those things. But yeah, so I wanted to share my writing app, which is called Dabble, and we're just gonna get right into it. Alright, so we're going to get into using the app now, and as you can see mine, when I open it up, this is what it looks like. There's a billion things here and a lot of things I'm working on. Um, so what I've currently been working on is here. So when you start a new novel, it does that. And then we have an untitled book, and you can put your author name, and then you can put subtitles too. And then here it'll show you how many words you've written. And then this is the thing that shows you how many words you've written in a day, and I can actually show you mine in a minute. And then this is where it breaks down. So this is the book itself, and then in chapters you can add new scenes, and you can export to text files and rename them and stuff like that. And then here's where you can add new chapters, new parts, things like that. So this is the actual book, and then when you move down to the next part, that's where you'll start to see the plot for the book, which is when you click on it, it has the scenes, and then you can give a character a plot line, and then when you click on these, they're like little note cards where you can write a title and a description of what happens. They're like scene cards basically, so you don't have to make them with like post-it note or not with index cards like I plan on doing for a different video. Um, so this will be where you keep those sections. So you can give each character their own like objectives and plot lines and whatnot, and this goes on forever. I think you can have like over 10 of them. Then you can insert a row, which didn't do anything. Weird, didn't do anything. So then you just do that, and then you can type actually right in here. And then when you go into story notes, these are, I wish there was a little bit more to them, like you kind of had like a template of how to work with your characters. So this is a folder for characters in the story notes, and then one for world building. You literally just write your notes here. And then obviously the trash is where the things go that you've gotten rid of. And then when you click on settings, there's a lot of options you can have. And there's something that's a little bit new. So this stuff is all the same, but you can have co-authoring now, which is writing with more than one author. You can format this to whatever kind of font you want, how big you want the font to be, how you want the paragraphs to work. Like, see this one added an indent there, whereas book style does not, and then modern style just fills it out a little bit more. And then you can do half space, single spaced, or double spaced. I usually do double spaced because it's easier for me to read, and then how you want your notes to look and stuff like that. So if you go back to the project, we'll be here. And then I can actually show you one that I'm working on right now and how it looks. So I haven't written a lot lately. The last time I wrote was on the 27th. I wrote 131 words. So if we go to the top here and we look at the manuscript itself, so these are the scenes I have. There are so many of them. What's that? Insert chapter, insert scene. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. I'm learning things while we're going through this. So these are all of the chapters slash scenes slash sections that I have right now. Oh, that's cool. It lets you see where you're at. So then when you go here, it'll tell you how many words you have written, which I have 46,250. And my my title for now is Project Red 1, because I have 1 through 5. And then I've been writing this for, gosh, it feels like it's been almost 4 years now, I think. So I just put that because, to ask myself all the time when I'm writing. I don't know why that's there. I don't know what's going to happen if I send that to trash, so we might just leave that the way it is. I had some other things above this originally, but I don't anymore, so when you scroll down, you can click on each of these. It'll show you just that section. And then you get a title. You can tell the chapter thing to be on there or not, which for the preface I would not want it to be there. So then once we get into the sections, we get down to here. So this is chapter 10. Um, Goals and stats is really cool too because it tells you how many words you wrote today, how much your goal should be to make your thing, and then how many days left you have to write, how much you have left to write, stuff like that. So you can choose that here, and then you can so you choose what project you want to do, and then your goal of words, and then it can exclude words that you've already written. So if I wanted to write 150,000, but I already wrote 3,000, it'll exclude those, and then go from there. And then I choose the deadline I want, which we are here currently. So I want to be done by the end of June. I want to finish the first draft of this book. And then you can choose days off. So, like, say the first, second, and third, I don't want to be writing. It'll turn gray. Or, oh, I have a really busy day on the 22nd because I have to go to the doctor in the morning, I have to go to school, and then I have work after that. So on the 22nd, I'm really not going to be writing anything at all. So I'll just take that day out and it'll factor in that I'm not writing on that day and do the stats for me that way. So this is really cool. And then during NaNoWriMo, it gives you an option to link it to your NaNoWriMo account, which is really cool. I just can't show that right now because it's not going on. And then this is where your chapter notes are, which are, again, note cards, and you can write things that you need to remember. You can make comments on here. So you can bold things, you can italicize them. I don't think you can underline them, but you can make them into like a quote kind of thing. And then you can strike through things. You can highlight things, which is really cool. Which the highlights always look really cool. Like, what? That's so cool. Change that back. You can make a sticky note about it. I think you can move it too. Yeah, you can move it around. And then the other really cool thing is you can make comments like, oh, this part was really good. I can't type today. So then you comment, and then you can look at this comment. So comment history will be here. And then you can delete it, mark as resolved if it was something that you needed to fix, which I think is going to be really helpful for when I reread this novel, and I put notes in of things I need to change. And you can make these things different colors, so when I make the comment... Oh, no, it doesn't let me change it. I thought it did. What? Oh, I guess it's just those. So the comments are always yellow. We're going to delete this one because I don't need it. Oh, and you can make threads and reply and all that stuff. That's very cool. So this is where all the comments will go. You can tell it not to show them, or you can tell it which features you want it to show. I need to turn that back off because I'm doing a draft right now. So, oh, you can tell it to show or hide comments. Okay, interesting. So that's those things. Down here, you can toggle these two sides. You can tell them not to appear, which I think is really cool. And then when you're in a specific one, it'll tell you how many pages it is, and how many words it is, and then how many words you wrote today in that one. So this one says 395. If I add a word, now it's 399, and I've added 4 words today. And then it's just trying to update itself. And then here is focus mode, which nothing shows up. And then full screen mode is the same thing you do with, I think, F11. Yeah, F11 will bring you into full screen mode, which just takes your bar away. And then you can look for certain files. So if you look up a word, it'll bring up all the things that have to do with that word. Let me delete this one really quick. I don't want this. Get that out of here. And then all of your stories show up here, and that's very helpful. And then when you go to preferences, you can choose. So I choose the dark theme always, and then you can tell it if you want it to do spell checking, style and grammar checking, what your language is, and then the different things to do while you're doing it. So you can tell it to give you a nice inspirational quote. You can have holiday things, holiday themes, which I've only ever seen the Christmas one, but it is pretty cute when it is around. Typewriter scrolling, as you're typing, that line stays there, and it just kind of, it stays on the same level every time you move up a line. And then when you press spacebar after a period, it won't let you press it again, so you don't have double spaces. And look at all this space there is. I've used it. Yes, I just never here for my stories, and I have this much space, this entire bar. So stories really don't take up much space. They just kind of are there, and you can export your stories. We'll move this one. Export, and you can have. Oh, it doesn't give you a kind of file. That's weird. There's a way to. Okay, whatever. There's a way to just export certain parts. So if you go to the manuscript, I'm sorry, the project, you can export to a Word file. It'll be a docx, and then you save it. I don't know where that's saved actually. Hold on, let me see where that's saved. To downloads. Okay, so if I went into downloads, it would be a Word file then, and I mean, that's pretty much this entire app here. I love this thing. It is actually one of my favorite things to use. And so, wrapping up now. Alright, here we are at the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed me sharing my Dabble workspace with you all. Like I said, this is one of my favorite apps that I use. I didn't mention it in the, demo of showing how it works and whatnot, but you can use this like on my phone, which I'm recording on. I can use it on my tablet, which has a keyboard as well that goes with it. Like, I can take this, whatever story I'm working on, I can take it anywhere I go. And it has an offline feature where whatever thing you're working on, so say my computer doesn't have internet for a minute, or my tablet, I'm in a place that doesn't have internet I can use, I can, do my writing anyways, and then it'll upload it to the Dabble like cloud or whatever whenever I get back on internet with said device. So that's a really cool thing too, and I don't think I could live without this app, if I'm honest. If I go in here, I've had this for, let's see, I've had this since September of 2019. So I've had it for a few years now. And I get the half off thing for a year because I complete NaNoWriMo every year. Definitely an up for me because it's usually $9.99. Right now I get it for $4.99 a month. And I think that's really cool. So definitely let me know what you think of the app. Let me know if there's parts you want me to go into more detail on. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye.